All right, so Square barely grew year over year on transaction-based revenue. On subscription and services, whatever that is, they grew a tiny bit. And then there's Bitcoin revenue, which is kind of, my advice is not even to look at it. The transaction revenue is kind of the important part. They just make a small margin in Bitcoin, so.
Order filled. Order cancelled. Order cancelled.
That's really great, Senu. Yeah, starting young helps a lot, but I think that, you start young in some skill, that's great, but, a lot of this stuff is not about necessarily a skill. It's about an approach. It's about a philosophy. It's about a mental state. And those are things you don't always learn when you're busy learning chemistry at a young age or programming or something like that. A lot of people don't want to, you don't want to hear this kind of stuff. In fact, I was with a well-known young entrepreneur recently, and I said, I was basically trying to caution him that with his current attitude, he's probably going to fail. And he really didn't want to hear it. And I was just kind of like, look, man, I'm looking for, I think you guys got to get like very mature very quickly. It's a bunch of young guys, and geez, unless you could find some maturity, it's important. It's really important to become mature. Okay, so they grew 8%. That's not that bad. Not enough goblins. I don't know, Nicholas. That's a tough question. Oh. Yeah, so the Bitcoin margin kind of distorts their income statement, which is fine. It's not hard to exclude it out. But just off the bat, this doesn't look like such a bad quarter. I mean, maybe it's their guidance, I think, that was really bad. Cash flow is fairly abysmal.
Order filled.
Oh, chess teaching will really teach you emotions. People get wrapped up in emotions in chess. And in fact, it really shows you if somebody's can't achieve a high chess score rating, they are probably, they have this emotional attachment difficulty. It's a pretty good surrogate. You really have to be at peace with your inner mind and to learn chess well and to, grow as a chess player. Super hard. And for others, super easy. For children, they have no idea about ego. Right? They have no ego. They don't know how to play and they don't care. They just want to win. So if you tell them, hey, the way you've been thinking about pawn structure for the last 5 years is terrible. It sucks. You got to forget everything. They're going to say, wow, wait a second. I know that, pawns need a supporting base and this and that. It's like, stop thinking about your old way of thinking about pawns. Or whatever it is, tactics. The kid doesn't care. Kid says, oh. I don't think it's that kids' minds are more plastic. A lot of people say that. I think it's more about their ego. They're not embarrassed to lose. Some kids do learn ego fast. Not every kid's good at chess. I'm not sure I buy that plasticity thing.
cancelled.
We learn over time to become embarrassed and have shame and have expectations of ourselves and things like that.
Order cancelled. Order filled.
Boy. I'm not sure. It could be a mix of plasticity or whatever you want to call that and other things. I don't know.
Order partially filled. Order cancelled. Order filled. Order filled.
What's everyone so scared about on block? Looks pretty good. Okay, that's all 2025. Okay, got it. I mean, they basically lowered guidance, probably, right?
Order
Yeah,
cancelled.
this could be a buy. Let me see.
Order filled.
2 billion operating income.
Order cancelled. Order cancelled. Order partially filled. Order filled. Order cancelled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order cancelled. Order partially filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order cancelled. Order filled. Order cancelled. 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 Order cancelled.
Well, let me see about these stock prices. They're supposed to be real-time
Order
reflections of
cancelled.
what's going on in the market. Um, I don't know why they exist
Order cancelled.
on TV. I'm just sort of copying that. Maybe
Order
it's not
cancelled.
smart. Maybe I should change it.
Order filled.
Okay, guidance. Okay, so they had guidance of 10.22 with 2.1 of operating income, and they lowered that. We expect at least 15% gross profit growth year over year. Huh.
Order cancelled.
Something
Order
changed.
filled.
Market does not like when you downwardly revise.
Order filled.
That is like the one thing you cannot do. Yeesh. Okay, they also gave quarterly guidance. So they went from 10.22 to 10. Really pretty modest reduction, to be honest, but $250 million.
Order cancelled.
200 million in operating income guidance reduction.
Order cancelled. Order cancelled. Order
Yeah,
cancelled.
it's a buy. It's not like a PayPal buy, I don't think. They're still growing, but their day will come. But they also will have saturated.
Order cancelled.
And it's not far away. Jack's making this Twitter 2.0. What title? Hove! Ha! It's your boy! Dorsey bought title. Ha ha ha! It's your boy!
Order cancelled.
It's your boy!
Order cancelled.
No real update on the portfolio. Everything's hunky-dory. Other than this fucking quantum rally. I mean, that was the only surprise. But, you know, I just call that future profits. These haters, we just call them fans, though. Ha ha ha. I know some of you out there are haters. Some of you are watching right now, cutting yourself. I hate this guy.
Order cancelled.
You're just a fan. You're just a fan who doesn't know it yet. I've been letting bands go. No. I ain't taking it down. We just call them fans, though. No. Yeah, Poison the Well is a little hard to listen to. It takes a little time to get used to it. Some of the songs are
Order cancelled.
very not good, depending on your taste. But the lyrics can often be quite good if you can decipher them. You probably usually need to read what the heck he's saying.
Order cancelled.
And they also change styles quite often, so every album is a little bit different from each other. As I feel.
Order cancelled.
The income statement's pretty messy for these guys. They gotta get that together.
Order cancelled. Order cancelled. Order cancelled.
Accounting.
Order cancelled.
I mean, growth's slowing for these guys, but at the end of the day, still growing.
Order cancelled.
I'd buy it right now, but I already have PayPal, and I don't know that I want this much exposure to this shitty industry. No, it's a good industry. It's a great industry. Yeah, fuck it, I'll buy some. This is not, intended for you guys to rush out and buy it, by the way.
Order cancelled.
Well, he's a very small position. Very, very, very small. So small. I'm literally buying almost nothing. Just want a little bit more long exposure. So for this portfolio, it's 30 basis points. I guess I can make it a little bigger, half a percent.
Order cancelled.
Oh, I'm putting square in. What the fuck am I doing? Smoking that Krizak.
Order cancelled.
It is a block. I was like, this looks good to me. Click. All right. Oh, don't make fun of me. I'm sensitive. All right, we're in.
Order cancelled. Order cancelled.
Is quantum dropping or something? My P&L's going up. Whole market.
Order cancelled. Order cancelled. Order cancelled.